Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Donkey Kong Country. I'm your host Shadow HB3 and I'm ready to entertain. In the last episode, we started our adventure to get our bananas back from those filthy Kremlings as we completed the first half of Kongo Jungle, and in this video, we will finish off the second half of Kongo Jungle as we will start off playing our first water level of this game, Coral Capers. Let's do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch back to Diddy Kong since we completed the last level with Donkey, and I love the fact that we're in this calm, serene water, and I love the music that goes along with it. It's called Aquatic Ambience, probably one of the best tracks in this game. Unfortunately, though, there are enemies that we have to deal with underwater, and I mean, it's only obvious that there would be, because, I mean, what would this level be like if there weren't enemies? It would just be a regular level you just gotta coast through. But here's some enemies that we've encountered right now. Unfortunately, we cannot take them out with the Kongs at all. That's the only downside. But perhaps there's a way we can. We'll find out here shortly. And I better move before this Croctopus gets me. Alright, so we've seen this Croctopus enemies, and then there's piranhas right there you see are bite sizes. They actually, oddly enough, do not have any official art. But crazily enough, what are you gonna do? If you're surprised, that's surprising. But anyways, here's On Guard the Swordfish. He's the key to taking out most of these aquatic enemies. Unfortunately, he cannot take out Croctopuses, rather. You want to go up here. If you hurry, go to the right, you'll see a balloon rising, and then you'll be able to get that extra life balloon for one. So take that out easily. Another cool thing about this level is that there are no bonus levels, thankfully, to have to be concerned about. So you can just kind of go through this level at your own pace. I know there's some people who don't really like underwater levels, but when you have this music to listen to, I mean, how can you not like it? I mean, I really do like listening to this. I just wish they had music to play during my life, and then that would be, you know, awesome. I would play this probably. We just took out a Chomps Jr. back there. It's just a mini shark. It's not really anything to be afraid of. Here, if you happen to lose On Guard for whatever reason, you can pick up another On Guard right there. But I find it hard to believe that you'll lose On Guard in this level because, I mean, there's no way the enemies can fall off since you're underwater. So I just find it impossible in that sense. Alright, we took out one more Chomps, and then if you go through here, there's one more secret. Now I made sure to save what I was doing and try to continue on from our last video right away. So if we collect this Espresso token, this will be our third one. So we'll get to play an Espresso mini game here to collect as many tokens as we can. So with these games, with any of the 4 animal buddies you can play this game with, you just are trying to collect as many tokens as you can in the allotted time. The time, I'll tell you right now, moves differently for every single animal buddy. So just take that into consideration. But what you want to try to do is, of course, immediately try to make your way left. Try to grab as many of these tokens as you can as you make your way left. And then eventually what you want to do, and I'm kind of practicing this because this is key for one of the other tasks that you'll see later on for when we need to get photographs, but fly all the way to the end of this side right here, get to this wall, jump over it, fly over it, come down here. You'll see the giant Espresso token, which will double your amount of tokens. And key thing, of course, is to try to do this so that you get as many tokens as you can, so that you leave yourself enough time to collect the giant animal token, and then you can double your amount of coins and in effect double your lives. And with that, you just get as many as you can, and for every 100 you get, you'll get an extra life. So, anyways, we've kind of been back here already, so let's fast forward a little bit. Okay, we're back, guys. Yeah, one of the things I should have mentioned was after you complete a bonus level with one of the animal buddies, then it takes you a little bit further back from where you were before, so that's why I wanted to cut some of that. But we're almost done with this level. Not a whole lot else to see. Like I mentioned, since you're not having to deal with collecting bonus levels, thankfully, then it's not much of a hassle. But these bite sizes can be if you don't have On Guard on hand. Here we have a Clambo, which will just spit out a random number of pearls. That one just happens to be spitting out 2. It's the only one in this level. We'll see much more. We'll see more of them later on in one of the other underwater levels. But for now, let's just collect our G, and we'll get out of here. I should also mention the Clambo is the other enemy other than the Croctopus that On guard cannot take out. Now, before we go visit Funky Kong, there is a photograph that can be obtained in Coral Capers. So they do give you at least one thing to shoot for in the Game Boy Advance version. So let's quickly go back there and I'll show you all how you can get this photograph. Okay guys, we're here near the end of the level in the GBA version. So in order to collect the photograph, here where the G is, what you want to do is swim down below and you'll be taken to a room and you'll find the photograph pretty easily. Nothing to it, right? Anyways, let's get back to the SNES version. Okay guys, now that we've taken care of getting that photograph from Coral Capers, let's go ahead and proceed. So we'll get the chance to meet Funky Kong for the first time as we go to Funky's Flights. So Funky Kong's purpose in this game is he freely just lets the Kongs use his barrel jet, called the Funky Barrel in this game, to let them access the rest of the worlds. They'll just jump into the overworld map and then they can navigate any of the worlds that have already been visited. Obviously, it's of no point to be able to use this right now just because this is the first world of the game. But it does allow you to get access to the other areas faster. And really, it's the only way you would be able to move and maneuver at a faster pace. But while that's not quite as useful as one of the other Kongs we'll meet later, he does have a game that is playable in the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance versions called Funky's Fishing, and this is actually important because in the Game Boy Advance version anyways, you have to complete the tasks that Funky Kong will have you do, so that way you can complete the scrapbook, because he will have a photograph available if you complete the task in his fishing game. But that I will save for another video. But for now, let's go ahead and take our leave, because, like I mentioned, we have no need for a barrel playing if we haven't even completed the first world yet. So let's go ahead and go to the final level of this world, Barrel Cannon Canyon, and we'll go ahead and complete it, or get close to completing it anyways. Alright, so we're back in the jungle, and I'm sure you all know that there's something special up at the top, but I'm not going to play that part anyway, so you guys know what I'm talking about. There's a shortcut, if you can see that auto fire barrel, but I'm not going to get there right away. I'll save it for another video as well. If you come down here, you'll be able to get a Winky token easily. And I just realized, I forgot. To complete this level of Donkey Kong, I had Diddy complete Coral Capers, and as I say that, I lose him. But it's okay, we have a couple of DK barrels we can get, so we'll get him back. But no, the biggest thing to know about Barrel Cannon Canyon is that these barrel cannons are what are the mainstay of this level. And I kind of find it interesting that in this level, this is kind of where, as we get Donkey Kong back, switch. But this is where, I mean, this game, and it's probably in my opinion, kind of what started the use of the barrel cannons for a good portion of Donkey Kong. As you can see, or for the Donkey Kong series anyways. But anyways, let me switch back to Diddy, because there's a Rambi token up here, and that'll be our second one here. Now I repeat, not taking that shortcut out of Fire Barrel, and it's crucial that you don't if you're playing through this world the first time, because there'll be a bonus level coming up that we'll want to shoot ourselves into. And I almost fired myself a little early here. So what you want to do, don't take that auto fire barrel, let it go up, and then fire yourself into the wall to take you to a bonus level. Here, it's pretty simple. If you're playing the SNES version anyways, just rapidly hit the jump button. In this case, it's the A button, I think. Then you can fire yourself pretty easily through those barrel cannons. They get a little faster over time, but I mean, that's the trick I kind of figured out when I was younger as to how to take care of it. Oh, I did not realize there was a banana peel there, but unfortunately I'm not going to go there and get it, because I feel like if I go down there I won't be able to get back up. I was going to switch to DK, but I realized for this next barrel or bonus level we need Diddy. So take this TNT barrel, go up to this wall here, hold the barrel up against the wall, and you'll be able to unveil the second bonus level here. There's only two, so we're done here. But anyways, there's 3 different balloon or bananas you can shoot up here. You only get one choice. It stinks because I mean, you could either get an extra life or an unguard token like I just got. But I think if you time it just right, there's a way you could actually get every single item there, but I mean, you have to really be perfect with your timing. If you don't get it even just remotely close, then you'll lose. So, anyways, we are just about done here. We just got this final stretch of barrel cannons to take out. We just have to deal with zingers. But if you play this game enough times, you'll be in a groove to where you can probably fire yourself pretty quick and not waste a whole lot of time here. And you can see these barrel cannons are going a little faster now as the levels progress. But if you're a pro, it shouldn't be a problem for you at all. And we'll complete the Kong word by getting the G on the treetops, and just like that, we're done. Nothing to see here, or nothing else to see there. Alright, so final level, or not really level, but final station before the boss. The only other Kong that we haven't visited in this game is Candy Kong, so let's check out her save point. So Candy Kong has a save point, like I mentioned, and basically with her, she allows you to save your game in this version, and it's kind of looked at as, or often really looked at as, a big accomplishment, just because of the fact that getting to her late in the world is a challenge in itself. She's not always going to be at the late in the world that you're in. She happens to be in this first world of all things, but by far she's the most useful Kong. So in the meantime, while she's blowing kisses, she's blowing probably like 5 kisses to Diddy Kong. So let's go ahead and jump in the star barrel, save our game. I think it's actually called a save barrel technically, but you'll be able to save your progress here, and you get the track for how you're doing. But the biggest thing that you'll want to know is she also has a special mini game that we'll be playing later on in the Game Boy Advance version. I think also in the Game Boy Color version too, although the Game Boy Advance version is the one that has the main collectible item. So she has a dance studio that you can play in every single world. And if you beat it, then you'll be able to get a photograph. But we'll handle that for later, just like with Funky Kong. So for now, let's go ahead and do our last thing for this game, and that's complete the boss level, which in this case will be Very Naughty's Lair, which we'll tackle right now.
And a couple of things to keep in mind here, guys. First off, you can see at the end of this world there's a huge horde of bananas. These boss battles will take place within these hordes, and these bosses are, of course, guarding a portion of Donkey Kong's banana horde. So it's up to us to take out them, or take out the bosses rather, so that way we can somehow bring them all back. I don't know how we do it, but we do it, I guess. But the only other thing also is that what I'll do is after each boss fight here in this version, I'll show you off the ones in the GBA version, just because there are a couple of differences to note in terms of how difficult the boss fight becomes. This one won't be too tough to compare with the GBA one, but I'll show you all that in just a moment. But for now, let's go ahead and start Very Naughty's Lair. And first things first, I want to switch to DK because I'm going to have him defeat this first boss. So, Very Naughty, and very enlarged Naughty, pretty much nothing else. Apparently, it's supposed to be a green color, but I don't really see the green. I guess I slightly do, but I still see gray. But all you have to do with Very Naughty, all you just have to do is jump on his head until 5 times. Once you jump on him once, he will chuckle, and then he will jump a little further, and he will jump even further with each successful hit you land on his head. But you just need to do this a total of 5 times, and once you do that, you will take him out easily. Nothing to it. And as you can see, we receive a gold banana horde for our victory. Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and cut to the GBA version so you can see what that's like.
Okay, so in the GBA version of this game, you can see Very Naughty is a little bit different. He's a little bit larger than what he was before, and he functions a little bit different in terms of his gameplay, and not to mention he's also red. So basically what happens is if you jump on him, he will just do a large leap like he normally would if he was really naughty and hit on another boss down the road, and then he'll be attackable. So, but I just find it interesting that they decided to swap the colors, but who am I to know? You know, what am I to say? But anyways, once you defeat him after jumping on him 5 times, you won the giant banana, and then Cranky Kong will come over and they'll have a cutscene here. I can't believe it! You trampled all over Naughty! Well, technically, isn't his name Very Naughty? But again, who am I to say? I digress. Give me that giant banana. I will take care of it for you. Oh, will you? Come on, get going. You can't rest yet. Okay, pushy, are we? But anyways, that's it for the Game Boy Color version of the game, and I'll demonstrate that throughout. But let's get back to the SNES version of the game. We'll wrap things up. Okay, guys, I hope you all enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. I thought so myself, at least until we had to hear Cranky tell us to get going as if time was running out. Anyways, we'll go ahead and cut the video here as we finally completed Kongo Jungle, and we'll start on the second world in the next video. So in the meantime, guys, if you all like this video, like what you see, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave me a comment or two letting me know what you think, and when we get back or resume next time in Donkey Kong Country, we will start the second world of the game, Monkey Mines. Until then, this is Shadow HB3 signing out, telling you all guys always to stay perky.